Welcome to the deep dive.
Mm.
Today we're looking into something that's, well, making it tougher for Pakistani citizens to share their travel stories and, how that affects what we all get to hear.
hmm Our source is an article called The Travel Ban.
And it's kind of a shame, really.
It is because Pakistan offers such a rich mix of experiences. You think of the incredible Himalayas or the coast down near Gwadar,
Right.
exactly the kind of different stories travel fans are usually looking for.
Absolutely. And it seems, based on this article anyway, that travel podcasts, places that were, pretty open before.
Yeah, open platforms.
Exactly. They're now running into challenges when they try to feature travelers from Pakistan. It feels like the routes for these voices are getting tighter.
So why is that happening? That's the main question, isn't it?
Yeah, why are these hurdles popping up more now, especially when there's potential for such, well, compelling stories coming out of Pakistan?
The article gives a specific example, a traveler named Ali from Lahore.
Ah, yes, Ali.
Sounds like a really passionate guy, had these amazing stories ready for a podcast feature. Things like trekking the Karakoram Range, meeting nomadic tribes, exploring old forts. Really cool stuff.
Wow, yeah. I hope
But his feature got pulled, canceled. The reason given was sort of vague logistical issues linked to visas and these travel restrictions.
logistical issues, right?
And what really hits home is what Ali himself said. Quote, "My story could show people that Pakistan is more than just what the media portrays."
Hmm. That really highlights what gets lost, doesn't it? When these voices get silenced or just can't get through.
Totally. And the article digs into the why a bit more. It points towards geopolitical tensions, security concerns.
Usual suspects, sort of.
Kind of. And these have apparently led certain countries, it mentions Europe and North America, as examples to put Pakistan on lists. Lists that make getting visas and traveling internationally way more complicated for its citizens.
So it's less about the individual traveler or their amazing story,
Exactly.
and more about these big, broad policies. Nationality basically becoming a barrier. And the article says this directly impacts Pakistani travelers getting onto international platforms like podcasts.
Yeah, it's a direct hit on content creation.
Feels like a filter, you know,
Uh,
based on your passport, not on what you have to share.
yeah.
But what's interesting, and the article points this out too, is the reaction.
The pushback.
Yeah, or maybe resilience is a better word. Pakistan travelers aren't just stopping. They're using social media, blogs, even starting their own independent podcasts.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Right, to get their stories out, to show the beauty of their country themselves. It's like a grassroots thing, pushing for authentic storytelling.
So the limitations are actually kind of sparking this wave of independent creation. It really shows that basic human drive, to connect, to share your world, even when things get tough.
It does, and it throws up a big question for, well, for all of us who listen to travel stories or watch travel content.
Which is,
Well, should someone's passport decide if their voice gets heard globally? Or should we be focused on the richness, the diversity of the actual stories, especially now, when everything's supposed to be so connected?
that's a really critical point. It touches on the whole idea of travel narratives, doesn't it? If
Yeah.
whole groups of people face these kinds of systemic barriers,
Yeah.
are we actually getting a full, true picture of the world? Probably not.
So we're left with this tension. On one side, this hunger for diverse global travel stories. On the other, these increasing roadblocks for Pakistani citizens specifically.
And it has real consequences for, how we understand different places, different cultures, the perspectives we might just be missing entirely.
Which brings us to a final thought, something for our listeners to maybe chew on.
Go on.
How might these kinds of restrictions be subtly shaping your own view of the world? And maybe more proactively, what can you as an individual do to seek out voices, stories that might be facing these very barriers? Where can you find those perspectives?